no, you also have to think about that other parent because the other parent may disagree with that. So that's like a group discussion that needs to be had at that moment. When you get to the point of, I have kids, you don't have no kids, how do you feel about that? And 9 times out of 10, depending on the age, if they don't have kids, they probably don't like kids, or they probably don't want kids, and I might not even want them around me because I got kids.
Okay.
Why would you date a man?
Hold on.
Why would you date him?
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Right,
With that, with you asking that question about disciplining the kids and stuff, how would somebody even know if y'all haven't even got to that serious type of level first yet for them to even answer that question to where they'll give you the okay to discipline their kids or to not discipline their kids? Because the connection is not just there yet. How they gonna know?
Okay, but I'm asking pre.
No, he said, how would you discipline?
I'm asking.
You allow me to discipline your kids.
Okay, I'm asking pretense. Like, I'm really asking, like, hey, if I go forward with you, because I got to know this. If you got kids, I got to know when I step in that house and I become the man, your man, and I'm providing for these kids too. You know what I mean? I have a role in this. But what is your standards when it comes to these type of things? Because I'm not going to be the dude providing for some kids that are disrespectful. Or I can't say nothing to him because I heard a lot of females say, "Oh, he cannot talk to my kid like that," or this. Okay, I done bought your kids shoes and everything. I'm paying the bills. I'm doing this. So if you a package deal, then where do I stand in this? I'm asking if it gets to that.
How would you know if y'all just on y'all first date?
Because she already has a perspective in her head of if she was to date a man, how she would want that man to be around her kids. She's around her kids 24/7, so that's already in her head. If I bring a nigga in, how would I want him to be around my kids? She already know that. That's her first thing when she even start talking to a dude. The first thing pop in her head is, okay, I like him, but is my kids gonna like him?
Right.
What if she done fell right in love with you, but her kids never like you?
Then, that sounds killer.
That is a growing process.
Exactly.
There are men who says, "Oh, I used to raise my nephew. I used to help my sister raise her kids. I know how kids are bad. I know how they do this. I know how they try to trick you. Blah blah blah." They can tell you all this good stuff, but until they're in your house with your kids, it's a different story. And that's always going to be something that's a growing process. It's not going to ever be just like he fell in there and he disciplined your kids how you wanted them to, and y'all agree on everything, because you're not. Y'all are from two different worlds at that time. But you can still find out, like, do you like kids? Are you around kids? Do you want kids?
I would ask that first.
Hold on, it's on Angel. It's on Angel. Hold on, it's on Angel.
I know it. I was just.
Oh, but this was only from a standpoint of
I would ask that before I ask, how would you let me discipline your kids? I would ask that, do I want kids? Do I like kids? Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is the dude asking the woman. This is the dude asking the woman.
But I'm saying, but is he, does he have kids or not?
No, I just said he don't have no kids.
Okay, but I had someone that didn't have kids, and I didn't necessarily have a problem with him disciplining my kids, but he didn't necessarily have to. But when we got to that point, like, it was like a technicality with how he met my kids, but just the fact of you see how people treat your kids. You know, when people come around, you see how your kids respond to them. You see if they say, "Hey, how you doing?" I had some people have go and start playing a game with the kids, and they be like, "Hey, let's just here to see me." But or it'll be.
Stella got a groove back. He's sitting there eating cereal, playing the game with him.
Just run away. That don't even speak to the kids and just ignore them and walk right past them. And then you pay attention to that, and then it's like, well, I don't really want him around because I didn't like that. Or as soon as the man leaves, my mom used to do that. As soon as the person leaves, and I'm like, I ain't like him.
Okay, now let me ask a question. Who am I dating in here? Okay, am I dating you? Am I dating you? Now you see how I just brought up a question, and now say I'm out on this date. I just started a conversation. Now we're out.
Question, but first you gotta ask, do they even want kids? Like they.
No, y'all didn't hear what I said. I said I'm a single man.
Yeah.
I have no kids. Well, I have no kids. I'm talking to a woman with kids. I'm talking. This is me talking to her. You see how many responses we got back off of this. So now her talking. I can understand where she stands in that situation. I can't sit here and say, "Oh, she wrong. Let me scratch her off because she don't like this." I got her I got your perspective. Okay, true. I got your perspective on it, and I got hers. I got her perspective on it.
See, I'm a single man, so one of my questions would be,
Hold on, can I say
if you
something?
already got kids, would you want more kids?
I'm so sorry. Can I say something real quick? Because she relates to this one question.
Yes, that's why.
Because she met her husband, he has no kids,
Exactly.
and they moved really fast. They had to talk about those questions. So what did she say? So there you go. There's
He
first.
told me that he helped his, like I said, he helped his sister raise her kids. He's fine with kids, you know. And I was just like, I don't know. So
How soon did you ask that?
let me
Though?
tell you, when I first met him, like, oh my gosh, let me not go there. But anyway, I brought the kids to his house. He was like, I'm having a party. My friends over here, their kids over here. So I brought my kids just to see if he would be like, ooh, they too much or this.
But didn't you ask him about? Wait. Didn't you ask him about kids, the kid situation, before you brought him
Yes,
around?
that's
So that's
why-
why I said. Back to what I was saying, you asked that question. Now, once you ask that question, this is the reason why I made the list of questions. Because once you ask that question, now it's time for them to prove it.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the
Some
point of
them
it.
will say yes,
And
but
some
then
of
you
them,
gotta figure
and
it out.
now,
That's different.
so now while you talking to this person, they gotta prove themselves, and you gotta prove yourself too. He proved himself. So if she never would have asked that question, he probably wouldn't have even said nothing about, hey, well, his kids over here. He probably would have felt uncomfortable, like maybe she don't want to bring her
Okay.
kids, but let me see.
Okay.
And probably would have never.
Scenario.
Exactly.
Real life situation. I'm a single man, right?
Questions lead to things.
And,
To things,
I was
conversation.
talking to the little chick. She got 2 kids. All right. I'm a single man. She has 2 kids. I don't mind. I love kids. You know what I'm saying? I worked with kids for 4 years, so I have no issue with kids. So we was talking shit. She came by the crib. We, hung out. I cooked. All that good shit. She brought one of her sons. Okay. Simple fact. After we hung out, did what we did. Chill, watch TV, all that shit. When they left, her little son came and gave me a hug out of nowhere. She looked at me. She said, "Oh my God, he doesn't like anybody. And for him to come give you a hug, it shows a whole lot." And guess what? To this day, I really don't even talk to her no more.
But what happened?
What happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounded like, I thought you, yeah, I mean, wait, what happened?
It wasn't the kid. What it was like you say. She wasn't open to answering the questions that I was asking. You see what I'm saying? It was like I said earlier. I live my days by the moments because the future is never promised to nobody. So I enjoy the moments. And even with those questions being asked, even though we vibed, we had a good time, a little son, cool, all that, good time. It's just even with you asking the right
Wait,
questions.
hold on. Did you, wait a minute. Did you, while y'all were dating, because apparently y'all was dating, y'all was
wasn't a
talking.
date, it was just,
Y'all was talking,
Yeah.
dating.
yeah.
Okay, so did you even answer that question about the kid?
I mean,
Before the kid came over, did you even ask
When I
about
first met her, those questions was already in the conversation. With me just first introducing myself and knowing somebody, those are the questions that I automatically ask. Like I said, I don't have to wait till a first date to ask some of those questions.
Right.
Because if I feel like I'm interested and I want to get to know you more, I'm going to get to know you at the time that I have to know you. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to ask some of those questions. Then once we get to the date, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be different questions that's going to be asked. I'm not going to go back to the same question I
But
already
what
asked.
question did you not want to answer? That's what I'm doing. Like, give me one.
That's
One
a
she didn't want to
little,
answer.
that's a little bit more,
So if you want to comment on
Some people
his.
are proud because of
Thank
what
you.
they've been through in their
Uh,
life.
Showing.
Not
So
just
that's-
I'm trying to see what's going on. Go on the
And
feed.
they just may
No,
not
this
be
is
ready
the
to
feed.
open
I know.
up.
They're not ready to open up on certain questions. That's why I say even in person, if you ask these questions, they're not willing to open up to you. They're not gonna open up to you. So the questions is just questions that you still might not get answers
Okay,
to.
I don't know. For some reason, my live feed is still live, but the comments, they're not coming. I don't know what's going on. Let me go. Jared, relationship, what's relationship? People just fuck and then they go together. They don't take time to go out in the correct fashion. It's boils down to sex. Thank you.
No.
No. Jared, hold on. Let me respond to you because I'm looking on her because I didn't know it wasn't loan on her. He right.
Your husband's
A lot of people, yeah, your husband said something too. I'm gonna get to him. A lot of people will go out on these dates, not ask the right questions, and go straight into sex.
Yes.
Straight into it. Oh, we talked on the phone, we vibe good, we this. The reason why I made the list is because you can't just be giving yourself to, and men do it too. And I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna make this a vice versa thing. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna make this a vice versa thing. Because I can't say it's a lot of men that do it. It's a lot of women that do it too. You go out, you meet this dude, you like him. Before you know it, y'all done slept together. He ain't even proved himself, or she ain't even proved herself to you, and you already done jumped in bed with her. And then you sitting here like, oh, everything was going good and this. If they can't even answer a question of simple stuff of what do you want in your future? Do you see me in your future? If they get annoyed with that, then why you sleeping with them? If you gonna get annoyed, if a person is getting annoyed by you asking questions, because this is what I'm looking at. Okay, y'all. If I'm asking questions, I'm pursuing you. I'm trying to learn you. I'm trying to understand you. I'm trying to get to know you. I'm acknowledging you. One more time, y'all. I'm trying to get to acknowledge you. I'm coming out to you. So if I'm asking all these questions, then I'm interested in you. And I'm so tired of people saying, why ain't he into me? Why she ain't into me? Because the person that's actually into you asking these questions, you blowing it out the window, but then you'll turn around and sleep with them, and then turn around and be like, oh, I thought everything was good. If I'm a single dude and I meet you at a club and I'm trying to talk to you and we talking down the line, I'm asking you these questions, you don't want to answer it, first thing gonna pop in my head is she just wants sex, let me give it to her. Sorry. Same for females. They do it too. Well, I try to talk to him and see if he into this. Well, I guess he just wants sex. You give it to him. Then you sit there and you think, because everybody think they dick is the shit, and every girl think they pussy is the shit, and you gonna keep them whipped just because you gave. I'm sorry, it's a better dick out there, it's some better pussy out there. It's everywhere. I'm being blunt. This is my podcast. I'm sorry whoever I offended. I'm not. But I'm sorry. I'm getting so sick and tired of people talking about I dated this person and I did everything for this person. I even did this sexually and I did that sexually. That's your problem. You giving yourself, how you gonna open your legs to a person that won't even have an open mind to a conversation? I asked you about your life and your future, and why you asking 50 questions?
Because that come up with
if I don't need to ask no questions and I could just get some, then okay, bam, don't get mad at me when I just get some and I'm gone.
You asking all these questions, and they be like, yeah, I'm trying to find a husband, but the one that's asking you all the right questions to lead up to something like that, it's like, but damn, you giving all these husband qualities to nobody's. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody is nobody.
Okay.
I said
TK,
to nobody's.
TK said, church is not a goal of a relationship because everybody was raised different. Now they're forcing your religion on a person when everyone has a belief. Okay, that's not what I asked. I asked what's your connection with God. First of all, I said, what is your connection? Okay, I just said it could be anything. I want to know what you spiritually believe in. Because you're going to act according to what you spiritually believe in. If you really believe it.
Because if it's somebody who believes,
if I tell you I'm a godly man, but my pastor go live and I ain't watching his live feed, I ain't no godly man. Sorry, I'm not interested.
Because you can't put somebody who believes in God to try to date and be with somebody who doesn't believe in God. It's not going to work. It's hard. It's going to be a never-ending struggle. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I like your husband. Go ahead.
Because y'all can't agree on them, but if both of y'all have like a spiritual connection to something, then it's something that's give y'all something that y'all can relate on and build on.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why you would ask that question. But
if you tell me I'm a devil worshiper, I'm gonna look at you like, well, that's not my type of thing. Hey, that's what might be what you into. But
if me asking if they believe in God, I would be more like, so what do you believe in? You know what I'm saying? Because some people might not believe in God in general, but they be like, oh, I believe there's a higher power. But then that gives you something to try to build from. Instead of just saying, well, nah, I'm non-religious or whatever. Then you already know at the end of that day, that's going to be it. Because if you can't believe in what I believe in, if we can't come to an agreement on a certain understanding of a spiritual belief, then that's going to be a waste of time.
Okay, my sister husband said, going on a date is fundamental when it comes to knowing basic stuff about each other. But both parties shouldn't overdo or oversay. You can talk a lot about a conversation and have reason Hold on, I can't see the rest. So you go on a date with your psychological, there we go, psychological powers. And that's what, I agree with him because what he's saying, basically what he breaking down is, you probably gonna have to refresh this because it's still going. Basically what he's saying is the thing that I was saying, you know, when you go on a date, you sitting there, you can feel that person's demeanor, you can feel their energy, you can feel their vibe. Over the phone and a text message, I cannot feel your energy or your vibe. You might send something to me jokingly, and I'm thinking that you being rude. You know why? I can't see your facial expression. I don't know what you're doing. I don't even know what you look like. Why are you writing this? I don't know nothing. All I'm doing is basically reading a book. I like dogs.
6 and 14.
I'm listening to 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. I ain't got my Bible with me, Moses.
I got it. I didn't. I don't know.
You got your phone? Google it right quick.
Google it real quick.
That is a good idea to bring your Bible next time.
Yeah, Google it real quick. 2 Corinthians 6 and 14.
Okay, so what is your take if we was out on a date? I'm gonna ask one of y'all think. So we was out on a date. So if I ask y'all, how do y'all see a relationship? Do y'all see it, everything should be 50-50?
Okay, now, if I'm a type of female, right now I'm going through a struggle,
6
I
and
don't have money right
14.
now, I don't have stuff to back you up and say 50-50, I'm gonna get offended.
No, I'm just saying because
Because
me personally, I don't see a relationship as being 50-50. I see it as being 100 and 100. The only reason why I say that because if I'm able to give you 100% of me, I want you to be able to give me 100% of you. Because if you're only giving me 50, you're only giving me half of what you're capable of giving. You see what I'm saying? So if I was to ask that question,
and if she don't understand it too,
yeah, because a lot of people say, oh, it's supposed to be 50-50, this and that. That's a question you can ask somebody. They see it as 50-50.
what do you mean by 100 on 100?
Because if I'm able to give you
You
100%.
can pay the bill, I need to, like, the
No,
rent.
I'm saying if I'm able to give you 100% of everything, my time, my loyalty, my trust,
Hold
my
on,
conversation, I give you
Corinthians
100% of everything that I have.
Exactly. And
Are you willing to give me 100% of everything you have?
Oh, yeah.
But if you're only giving me 50%, if I ask you and I say you believe in 50-50, that means you only give me
You
half
break
what
it
you.
down to her.
Oh,
And it's not about half. 50 and 50 make 100. That's you and that person making 100. But the way you saying it is good too, because it's 100 and 100. But that's not how people explain it. So maybe
No.
she didn't get what you were saying.
'Cause see,
Maybe
like
she
me-
felt like you wanted her to be.
Okay, I got to ask this question. She asked me, she said, well, what do you have to bring to the table? She got mad at me because I was brutally honest, but after I said what I said, she was like, oh my God, I ain't never heard nobody say that before.
Okay, Moses, we're going to
So
get to
I
that
asked
in a
her.
few minutes. But go
So
ahead.
she asked me, so what do you have to bring to the table? I told her I have nothing to bring to your table. And she said, what? Why? I said, because I'm finna bring my own table and put it next to yours. We're gonna have a whole buffet.
Okay, so we talking
You see
about,
what I'm saying?
right now we
Instead
talking
of being
about,
50-50,
Depends on the woman.
yeah, I'm not finna just bring you half. I'm not bringing you half. I'm bringing you
Okay.
everything that I got.
okay, now we finna go and go to the list. Okay, what we was just talking about is it 50-50 in relationships? He said 100. He explained, I don't know if y'all heard it, but he explained why, which I'm sure y'all heard it. But when it comes to that whole 50-50 thing, you know, me personally, like my sister said, you might ask somebody that and they don't have it, so they feel offended. And if you feel offended in that, then I'm sorry, all of us are grown. Get out your feelings. I mean, a woman has asked me that before, and I know I couldn't bring 50.
Ask you what can you bring to the table?
Cause, no, is it 50-50 in a relationship? And I'm sitting here like I know I ain't got the 50. I know I don't. Sorry.
That's true. Did you
But
tell
did you
her?
say that?
Exactly.
Yeah, I
You
did.
told her that.
And you know what she said?
What?
Bye.
But
And you know what? You know why I wasn't mad at her?
then what exactly?
It wasn't for me. I wasn't for her because at the time in my life, I wasn't where I could offer that. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't, and Moses said it's 50-50 if you're married.
It's
Still 100.
100.
In my opinion, it's still 100.
Well, in the Bible, it says a man should be the provider. You know what I mean? So, anyways, when she did that, when she ghosted me, what y'all call ghost now, and she was like, bye. Okay, I wasn't mad at her. A lot of people was like, you should have been pissed off. She just looking for money. Maybe she just a gold digger. No, That's not, if she's saying, can you provide, and you tell her no, that doesn't mean she's a gold digger. Should I be like, even though I can't provide, can you take care of me until I can?
Can I, even
But
your
look,
kids,
though.
raise your kids school?
The kids
I
got,
don't know how many relationships they end up like that though.
the kids got a Lunchable.
She would have been like,
Can I have
let
one?
me help you get there.
Thank you. And that's what I was going to get to. Some women will be like, okay, what can you offer?
Exactly.
I can't give you the 50. Right now, I'm trying to get my life together. I'm actually doing something. That's when the question brought up, because now I got to prove to this chick that I'm doing something. I can't say I work at McDonald's and child support taking out my money and I can get some cigarettes, but I can't get your kids no hot dog. No, I can't do that. Anyways, sometimes a woman is willing to help. She is. And just like vice versa, because women don't sit here and act like y'all innocent. Sometimes the man is willing to help. And sometimes the man step in and be like, okay, well, hey, even though you can't give me 50-50, shoot, I got 70. Just you provide the rest. And he go in and he do what he do. So, 9 times out of 10, it's not always when a woman goes through or a man don't want to do it, it's not that they gold diggers. It's just some of them women done deal with so many dudes where they like, okay, I'm going to help. And then it comes to the point where they helping and it's like, I'm helping. Dude, you're not going to be a rapper. Sorry, you're not getting to the NBA or the NFL. You don't even go to college enough. You ain't playing college football.
But he might.
But it's even like
Dreams are for suckers.
But it's just like if you have, no, it ain't.
I'm sorry. You said it earlier. No, she said it earlier. She said it earlier. I'm sorry, baby, but you're just not gonna be a rapper.
You just ain't, it didn't happen. It's not.
I mean, it's just not.
But look though, you can have a dream. You can say, hey babe, this is my, I got a business
I
plan.
got a dream.
And this is what I'm gonna do.
Stop.
You say I got a business plan. This is what I want to do, or whatever. And if you got somebody on your side that say, okay, that's cool. Then what do you have, or what do you need to help? What do you already have, or what do you need help with? If you have somebody right there that said, what do you need help with, and I'm willing to
That'd be a
help
good
you
question.
out with that, and then you still don't have no drive.
Okay, Moses said, if you are a real man, you will pay for the both of you. I agree with that because
That's what's giving 100%. You're giving 100% everything you're capable of giving.
But what
Okay.
if something happens to the man and he gets ill or he
Ooh,
gets
ooh,
hurt
ooh,
and
ooh.
he can't provide?
I got my next question.
Are you that
Ooh,
woman that can
we
give
did
you
good.
100%
We did good.
and do the same thing that
Wait a
he's
minute.
doing?
Wait a minute. Next question. Ooh, I bet y'all hold on.
I'm just gonna skip
My,
over
my check. Can you hear me? There's no snare in my head though. Okay. The next question I asked her, can you weather a storm? Do I need to break it down? I mean, you know, some people for the little kids in the back, let's break it down. Can you weather a storm? If you with your man, let's just say, hey, the man might be doing good, whatever. What if I do bad? What if I lose my job and I got to fight to try to get me something else? What if my career plan didn't go the way I planned it to? And now you got to hold the weight.
But what if you got shot?
What if this? I mean,
I don't know.
what is so right?
What if our electricity and our water went
That
off?
was the only
So,
thing that came to my
the
head.
next question I would ask that woman is, can you weather the storm? Yeah, we doing good. Everything going good. Like the Bible say, he lets it rain on the good and the bad. And he makes it shine on the good and the bad. So, what if our relationship gets to a point to where I'm down and you got to hold the weight? Or something go wrong and we struggling. We done lost everything. Are you that type of person when they get bad, you going to feel like in your head, I should be Superman and have an extra cape and can just, oh, we right back at it, baby. So I asked that because a lot of people be like, everything was good and then he lost his job and I just couldn't deal with him no more. I mean, what if you just lost your job? Should he just run around and be like, hey? So that's a big question to ask somebody. Like, are you that type that when things get bad, you gonna run? And a lot of people don't ask them questions. They caught in the little fantasy world. Y'all liking each other. Y'all having a good time. Everything going good. But what about when it get bad? Can I trust you to be here through the bad times? Nobody asked that. And we all done been in relationships before. And stuff done got bad.
Yeah.
Anybody got any
You're
input?
right about that one, but
that's
it's
what I
something
was
that'll
That's
step
what I
up.
was saying.
It's something that'll step up to the plate, but then after a while they'll get tired. Like, damn, when you gonna get up and go
You
get
know
this
what?
and go get
This is
that?
the problem.
But me personally, I'm gonna be the type to be like, I never said none of that about when you wasn't working, you didn't have no job. I never asked you what you was gonna do, how you was gonna help me with this, how you gonna help me with that. It's like the Bible says, a man is meant to be a provider. And regardless, at the end of the day, I'm always gonna provide. Because the man that don't eat, he ain't gonna be able to feed
But
nobody.
this is
And
the
me, I'm gonna go eat.
Sometimes, whenever the man does fall off, and the woman has to take over the man's position, he not willing to take over the woman's position.
That part.
He not willing to watch the kids.
And
He
then
not
you have-
willing to get the kids a bath.
and
He
you
not
have
willing to
double.
wipe booties, do little kids' butts. He not willing to change diapers. He not willing to do that.
So you have double
That's
So
responsibility.
now you gotta be the man and the woman, and that's not fair.
Versus
You gotta
him.
go both ways. You
Versus
cannot tell
him.
me to go work and
Or if they
provide
fall,
when you don't
they
wanna
won't
be
go
the
lift
woman
up his
figure and
phone.
do the kids stuff. Well, I'm a man. I shouldn't be changing
Woe to
diapers.
him.
Well, I'm a man. I
That
shouldn't
is
be taking
alone
kids with
when
me.
he
Well, I'm a
was
man.
fine.
It's
Well,
like,
if I-
no.
if I'm
If I
tired-
gotta switch
No,
roles,
another
let's
one
do
to
it.
What about the stay home
If
days?
I'm tired-
They actually do that, but the woman gets tired of working all the time. And then the first thing she asks, well, you thinking about
Whoa, 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 whoa,
It's a
whoa.
part-time
Let
job.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on, wait, what? First of all-
that don't want to work.
First of all, what?
And that's not a no-no.
What the
That's a
hell?
no-no.
Wait. Now we all done been. Hold on. We still on topic. We all done been through a hard time. But somebody please explain to me what the hell a stay-at-home dad is.
A nigga that don't want to work.
Exactly.
A lazy one.
A nigga in a suit.
Oh
What is a stay-at-home dad? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, if you disabled or something like that, then I can understand that you got some type of disability. But what is a stay-at-home dad? Now, if you disabled or something like that, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend nobody. If you disabled or injured Marine or something like that, you injured on the job and you call Attorney Blue Flint, then I understand that. But what is a stay-at-home dad?
That scripture real
But hold on, real quick, Keela. The scripture, it was
Verse 10.
oh Lord, I gotta put my glasses on. Look, can you read that real quick?
Ecclesiastes, verse 10.
Yeah,
Verse
10 right there. Read it
It
out loud.
says, all right, it says, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he had not another to help him up. So basically, it's like once a man is doing everything that he can, and he's helping here, he's helping her, and he's basically breaking his back.
That is on the
But
relationship.
then once he falls, like,
You have to be willing
is
to-
somebody gonna be willing to help lift him up? You know what I'm saying? Because the way I look at it,
That was the question.
This-
Can you weather the storm?
this is my personal opinion. The woman be like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna help hold you down. I'm gonna help hold you down. This and that, this and that. Me personally, I don't need you to hold me down. I need somebody to help me lift up. You know what I'm saying? Get me up off the ground. Don't hold me down to the ground. Lift me. I know what you're saying, but the way that people
They're saying it. It's
I'm
not
being
the fact.
knowledgeable right now.
Yeah.
I'm being knowledgeable right now. I want you to lift me up. Don't say you're gonna hold me down. Hold me up. Because if I fall, I don't want to fall down. I want somebody who's gonna, you know how they do like the light training seminars when they fall and they catch.
Yeah.
I want you to help lift me back up.
You just said, can you weather the storm?
That's what we talking
That's
about.
what we're talking
There's a
about.
lady who gonna weather the storm. She gonna go get a job. She gonna work a 9 to 5. But is the man going to take care of the kids? Because a lot of the men feel like, I can't change no diaper. I can't be telling them what to do. I can't be cooking. I can't be cleaning up. But she's at work. She's doing.
If a man ain't doing what he need to do, he ain't no
He ain't
man.
no man.
But
That's a
If
good
he don't
question.
know, he gonna learn.
If he don't,
YouTube
exactly.
tell you everything.
If I love my kids,
If I, yeah,
if
exactly.
and you at work,
The same
and
way
I
I
can't
go to work, to come home and put food on the table.
the same way I look
for my
exactly
family.
when I'm at. He
Regardless,
sure is.
I could.
Look here. I would tell
I do that now.
Keela,
Yes.
I would tell you
I'm
this.
just saying there's some that don't. So y'all can't say just put it all on the woman because there's some men who don't.
No, look. I can tell you right now, I'm a terrible cook. But let my woman get sick and I can't get Val something to eat or my child something to eat. Look, let me, you not, thank you. Hey, baby, you want a piece of rolls? You want to, look,
Pop in the microwave.
let me pop that up in there. We got some ranch, we got, hey.
And if I don't know, I'm be like, say, what's your secret ingredient you put in this shit?
Look, you better ask my girl. You better ask my woman, look. You better ask my woman. I'm sitting on YouTube like, baby, look, they said the noodle is supposed to be in there 5 minutes. If you throw it on the wall, it's sticking, ain't done. Or is it ill done?
I will turn the bag around. He said 13 minutes. Okay, 13 minutes.
You didn't cook it right.